Okay, I want to welcome everyone to the Cambridge Area Chamber of Commerce's second virtual Coffee and Commerce. We're excited that you guys can join us and that we're still able to get back to some type of normal and see faces and hear each other speak during this time of COVID-19. I'm Jessica, I'm the Office Manager and Event Coordinator here at the Chamber. And today we have John with us. He's the new Executive Director of OOGEEP, which is Ohio Oil and Gas Energy Education Program. So John, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you guys have going on there.
Well, thank you, Jessica. Good morning, everyone. I noticed you didn't try to tackle the last name. That sometimes catches some people. So my name is John Schleister. I am the new Executive Director here at OOGEEP, or the Ohio Oil and Gas Energy Education Program. Our office is in Granville, and our mission is to educate and promote folks of Ohio on the natural gas and oil industry, and especially your counties, your area, and Eastern Ohio is really big and fortunate to have a lot of that playing going on there. So I appreciate the chance to come talk to you today. It's I'll just kind of briefly touch base on what I've been through, where I've been, what we do here at OOGEEP, and then we've got some things to share with you then, and then I encourage questions. So I'd rather talk about things that you want to know and try to answer those questions for you, or else get you an answer. So I appreciate the opportunity to be around today and be with you and try this on Zoom. I'd much rather do it in person, but at the same time, I realize everybody's going through tough times right now, and so it's good that at least we can communicate this way. So to start off with, I started my life and my career in Fayette County. I lived just in a small area just north of Washington Courthouse called Bloomingburg, and my family farmed. And so I farmed there for, after I graduated from Miami Trace High School and went to Otterbein College for a little bit, did not graduate, but attended there, and then came back to farm. That's what I always wanted to do. So I did that for 30 years. So until we shut down the farm in 2006, everything we had was rented. And so we had some landlords that that had passed away, some older landlords. So we weren't able to keep those farms as they moved on. So, but that, so in 2006, we quit farming, but at the same time, I had been getting into other ventures that whole time. So I started in politics. Back, and I guess you could say what got my start in politics was I was a treasurer on a school board campaign, levy campaign, and it made me realize that I needed to be more involved and get more involved in the community. So I ran for school board, won that race, was on school board for 4 years, went on to be on a joint county board of education, a tri-county board of education. And then a few years later, we had a commissioner pass away, and I ended up seeking that position and became a Fayette County commissioner for 4 years. I loved being a county commissioner. You're down at that level of where you know everybody, you know everything that goes on in the county that way as far as development, and Chamber was a great partner as we worked through. Roger Blackburn was our Chamber president at that time, or Chamber executive director at that time, and so we did a lot of work with the Chamber of Commerce, and I grew to appreciate the work that they do, and the work that you guys do. So, so as a commissioner, it was great. I loved it. You're one of 3 people that get to make decisions that happen in the county. And that's something that I just I enjoyed tremendously. So it's like I said, you got to go out and see people, talk to people. You were very close to them, and so that was enjoyable. A few years later, in 2002, our state representative decided to step off the ballot after the primary. So they were seeking someone to run. So they thought they'd found a sacrificial lamb in me, and I ended up. Had a 3-county area that I had to campaign in, and ended up representing later, which was all of Fayette County, 2/3 of Ross County, and 2/3 of Pickaway County. And so I had the opportunity to get my name put on the ballot and campaign for that against an incumbent because it had been redistricted together, that district had. So and I was fortunate enough to win. So in 2003, I took the seat as the state representative for the 85th House District, and wow, that was quite an experience. So I was there for 6 years through 2008. I did lose an election in 2008 and did not go back in 9. So I was facing term limits that following term. I was going to have to make decisions anyway of where to go and what to do. So the time as a state representative, I did a lot of ag and natural resources work. I also did a lot of education work where I had a background on Board of Education, and I think probably the most important background for that was being a parent. My wife and I had 3 kids. We still have 3 kids, but Bethany has her doctorate and teaches in communications at the School of Communications at Ohio State. Our son Trey is in the Air Force. He is a soon-to-be Master Sergeant in Space Missions Command in the Air Force, and is located in Colorado Springs. And he has two sons, he and his wife. And then our youngest, Miles, is still in Washington Courthouse and works for an electrical contractor. So we're still hoping for grandkids from him, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Our daughter also she and her husband have a grandson that is going to be 7. So we at least have one grandkid around that we can try to spoil. So that's we were fortunate to raise our family where we did. Fayette County is a community similar to Cambridge. It's you've got in Guernsey County. Other than it's small in that sense. The population in Fayette County is about 30,000, and so we've got we had it just was a great place to raise a family, and I couldn't have raised it any better than having them on the farm. So we had a lot of great activities together and really enjoyed it. So it really shaped my life, being in that small community and being part of the agricultural community too. So going on to being a state rep, worked a lot in natural resources, ended up on finance committee, had a lot of opportunity there to try to make a difference, and I led the charge in bringing Ohio into compliance with No Child Left Behind, and so that was quite an issue that took a while to get done, but we were able to do that, and I'm proud of that accomplishment, that we because that was one of the first things that was handed when I got to the legislature. After the legislature, I went to work at a non-GMO soybean company, and it's an export company, and so it was good to be back in agriculture. But at the same time, it was a lot different too because we dealt with the exports. A few years later, I had the opportunity in late 2012 to go to the Department of Agriculture as a deputy director. David Daniels was the director there. He and I had served as neighboring county commissioners, and he was from Highland, me from Fayette. So I'd known Dave, and we'd served as state representatives for 6 years together. So he asked me to join his team at Ag. I started there as a deputy director, and I had at times up to 8 to 10 different divisions that I had to deal with, with farmland preservation, farmland preservation, plant industry, fertilizer industry, the nursery industry. I had amusement ride safety. It varied. Sometimes I also had food safety, and then soil and water conservation districts when they came to us. So I was fortunate to stay there for 7 years. Took a short stint as working with Senator Peterson in the Ohio Senate. He's president pro tem, and then had the opportunity to come and join OOGEEP. And this is what I've found so far. This is a great group of people, and we really, I really enjoy being here with this group. We've got a great staff, and our operating committee is chaired by David Hill from your area, and we really, I just enjoy the folks, and there's everybody. We have great people, and they really care for the industry. And that is what I have found that has really been important to this.
No, okay.
So we, OOGEEP has been around since 1998. It was formed. I was trying to figure out where I'd put the. That's the thing about Zoom meetings. You got to kind of put things everywhere as you work through the process. So anyway, it's a nonprofit. It's a statewide education program, and it's a public outreach program. And that is what our main focus is. We do a lot of teacher trainings. We do firefighter trainings on how to deal with oil and gas fires. We do geology workshops. We do STEM workshops with teachers. And so it is, we are all about education and all about trying to show the communities and show the state of Ohio, not just Eastern Ohio. We try to show the whole state as to what the oil and gas industry means to their daily lives. And I think that that's been super important as we've gone through as we go through it. You look and with the U.S. is the #1 oil producer. It's the #1 natural gas producer. Ohio is 5th in natural gas production in the United States, and we're 7th in crude oil in refining capability in the U.S. So it has a big part of what goes on from 1997 to 2017. Our Ohio emissions have fallen. The oil and gas industry employs over 200,000 people in Ohio, so it's something that that is extremely important that we spread that message and that we get that word out. When you look also at some of the teacher workshops that we've done, we've affected since we started in 1998. We've worked 3,103 teachers through our workshop. Now, when they come to our workshop lately, we've been asking them, how many students will you impact, and how many students will you impact this year? And on average, we hit 100 students each teacher will impact that year. So at 3,000 teachers, that's a lot of kids that we've impacted just that first year that we've been back. Some of them have been in our program and been there for 10 years and have been repeated through it. Those don't count repeats. So the number of students we have reached over the years, I would think we're probably at tenfold that. So we can probably say that we've hit 1,579 schools. I'd say we have probably touched through our program. The teachers have probably touched up to millions of kids. And so that's something that we're very proud of. Firefighter training, we started that in 1999. We've done 1,593 firefighters, 687 departments, in 60 of Ohio's counties. So the outreach on education are things that we've been super strong in, and we've been able to continue that outreach and hope to continue to do it this year. The teacher workshops, we've already done we've done 2 online. We've done a webinar, and we've also done an in-person geology this summer. So it was a little less, there were fewer people involved in our geology this year because we've had we tried to social distance, and even though we did one together. So we were very cognizant of what we needed to do, and to try to make everybody feel comfortable. We reached out to everyone who beforehand to be sure they were comfortable with being in that, and we had a great session with that. Everybody had fun. Scholarships, we've given out 531 scholarships to 328 students in 63 Ohio counties in 8 states, 52 colleges, universities, technical trade schools, and 43 different majors. So we've reached a lot of kids and put them, and helped them get their start in the oil and gas industry. Science fair, we've done 296 state science fair awards, 261 students, 154 schools in 54 Ohio counties. We're still trying to get all those measures where we're in 60 and 54 counties. We're trying to get all those up to where we hit every county. And that's something that, we have got teacher workshops, we've got teachers from all over that area. We're trying to push further into that West and Southwest. So we're super proud of the things that we have done as far as educating so far. But that is not where we stop. And as we move forward, I'm going to share with you today also some commercials that we're going to be running. And I think some of you might have been on yesterday and got to see these commercials, and hopefully I can figure out how to work the screen share as we go through this. But we look at this, and I just have to say that it's just so important for us to work with the folks that are partners, and try to get the word out and try to have them help us get the word out on this. This is not about highlighting OOGEEP. It's called Essential Ohio Energy Campaign. And it's not about highlighting OOGEEP. It's about highlighting the hard work that the men and women in our industry do every day. And that's what we also, they deliver essential energy for Ohio, essential energy that is essential to life in Ohio. So we've done, it's the largest public awareness campaign we've ever done. And we think that, it's already started on Facebook, Twitter, on internet ads. So we've already started that phase, and we're going to start hitting commercials after the 1st of September on network TV and then also cable TV. So Jessica, I'm going to try to drag these across one at a time and share them. And then if it will work, we'll pull it in, and let's hold on a minute. We'll pull that back. So I think I have to drag it to this screen and then hit. Let me know if this works or not, would you please?
Yep. Nothing yet. At the bottom of your Zoom screen, there should be a little button that says share screen, and then you can click that and drag it in.
Okay, so I did not do it right then. I already played it, so. I do not see that button.
When you hover over the main speaker area, there's a menu bar that pops up at the bottom of the Zoom screen. And there's a little button in the middle that says share screen.
Okay, hold on here.
Sure.
So hover over the menu bar. Like you said, I'm very sorry about that. There it is. I see it. Okay. So now I have share screen.
Mm-hmm.
I will drag this.
So we still see you. We don't see your screen yet.
I know it. I'm trying to figure out how to pull this in. So I'm going to share my entire screen.
There we go.
How about, do you see that now?
Oh, we did. Now it's not there. I see your desktop.
Okay, so it's back. Yeah, I see where I'm at then. I see what I have to do. I'm sorry. How about now? You see it now?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so we hit play on this one and go from there. So did that play okay?
We couldn't hear it.
Huh. Okay. I'll tell you what. I will let me send these to you.
Sure.
Will that work?
Yeah. And I mean, I can try to share them now, or I can just put them out to our membership later when I share the recording.
Okay. Either way, what you want to do, I can. I'll go ahead and get them on their way to you. So
okay.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and then how's that? Am I back on just my? Am I on the desktop still? Okay.
See you.
Pardon?
We see you now.
Okay. All right. So I will. I'll send these to you. So I'll tell you what. Let's just go ahead and this ad campaign. There's two commercials. There's morning and there's power. I'd really love feedback on the ads, what you like, what you don't like, if you can ever hear them, and if we get them to you, and we will. I'll send these to Jessica. If she can get these up and going, we'll be able to. You'll be able to look at them then. But give us your feedback on them, please. So that's where we're at as far as the things that we're doing at OOGEEP. I'm proud to be here. I think that it's a great organization, and we're dealing with a great industry, and I really enjoy it. And I hope that I hope that you have some questions, and we'll try to move forward from there while I'm attaching these.
All right, does anyone have any questions? Just remember you are all muted, so go ahead and take that off if you have to ask anything, or if you want to type in the chat, we can read those off too.
No questions?
So John, when they see these ads, do you have a certain email address you want them to send their
Sure.
to, or?
They can either send something. The easy one to remember is info@OOGEEP, OOGEEP.org, or they can send it to my email address, which is JSCHLICHTER@OOGEEP.org.
Okay, and a question, how can we as Guernsey County help you with this the new essential energy that you're launching, or just OOGEEP in general?
So that's a great question. We need a lot of help in this, getting the word out. Either getting people to see the commercials, if you find them on a link, or if you get these links, send them out so people can see them, see what we're doing. But we're also going to need a lot of advocacy work. We're going to need folks to say, we might need a letter to the editor somewhere. We might need op-ed columns if people want to do that. We need a lot of word of mouth of what the industry does in Ohio. I think that quite often people just think of natural gas is their gas bill, and that's strictly all they get, and that's all they see. They don't realize everything that it does for them. So I think that that's what we really need. We need help getting the word out, and we need a lot of advocacy if we can get that help.
Great. Thank you so much for speaking with us. If there aren't any other questions, maybe they'll save them for later and send you an email about them, but we'll definitely put that out in our e-newsletter tomorrow once I get those video links from you, and hopefully you'll have some feedback too. Okay.
I appreciate it. Once again, I appreciate the chance to be with you and share what we're doing at OOGEEP. I am pretty new here, so it's when I talk about the things we do, I am super excited about what we do. I don't have the depth of background. I dealt a lot of education, a lot of educational programs coming through my last positions, but this is something that is all new as far as working directly with the teachers and our group working with them. And I think it's so important, because we can reach so many kids, so many families, and teach them about the importance of energy and what they deal with, and something they take for granted every day, whether it's their bicycle tires are made, from the rubber is made from oil and natural gas. I think the thing that probably would hit home the hardest if we say, look, if it weren't for oil and natural gas, you wouldn't have an iPhone. You won't have that gaming device that you have in your hand. And I think that, those products are made from oil and natural gas products. So I think that that's something that I'm excited about. We're trying to share, we're trying to do, and I really look forward to working with all of you and someday meeting all of you in person. I'd love to come back to a meeting sometime and share in person. So I think that that's what I'd like to do someday. So it's good at least to get to talk with you today. I got to see a few faces on there, and hopefully we can come back in the future and visit with you again. So thank you for having me today.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll definitely have you back in the future when we're able to gather in the same room.
That sounds good. Thank you. Have a good one.
Have a good day.
All right. Bye.